A couple days ago, me and a couple of friends were talking about Dragon Ball fights, and I actually asked them who has the best fights in the series. And I was thinking to myself, Goku always has the best fights in the series. Every time Goku comes on, it's a banger. Goku versus Cell, Goku versus Frieza, Goku versus Vegeta, Goku versus Piccolo. I guess he usually gets like the main villain fights and stuff like that, and that's what we're all hyped up for. But I noticed something. We were ranking every single character, and we kind of came to the conclusion that Vegeta is not only a fraud in the ways that he loses in some fights, but he's also a fraud in the way that his fights are not entertaining, or his fights are just the same type of thing. Someone said it, and I can't unsee it. I have a little bit of the video of us talking about it, but the audio is really bad. But basically, they said every single time Vegeta fights, it's a stomp in one direction or the other. There's no even fights that Vegeta has. And I think that there might be one fight that Vegeta has, but I'm using this Dragon Ball Guru website right now. We're going to go through them one by one, and we're going to look through Vegeta's fights. And if you see on my screen, I have two Dragon Ball Guru things pulled up. The second profile I have is Krillin. We decided that Goku had the best fights, and when we were looking for runner-ups, we were thinking Gohan and Piccolo. But then we were thinking even Krillin has really good fights. And that's when we got on Vegeta, and we were like, well, Vegeta, he's a secondary character. Maybe he should have really good fights. He does, but I'm going to say that the first secondary character, Krillin, might actually have better fights. We're going to go through them one by one, and I'm just going to explain all of them, basically. So let's go all the way to the bottom. Okay. So Vegeta's first fight was on Earth versus Goku, Krillin, Gohan, and Yajirobe. He got jumped, and that's one of the best fights in Dragon Ball. So Vegeta's already starting off extremely strong. But if we start going to his next fight, you'll see the pattern. Vegeta versus Kui. Vegeta versus Kui was a stomp in Vegeta's direction. There was no fight back at all. There was one thing that Kui tried to use like as a trick and stuff like that, but there was actually no, back and forth. So Kui was a stomp. Dodoria was a stomp. Zarbon, now you're probably saying, oh, Vegeta lost that one. Doesn't matter. Still has the same principle. Zarbon stomped Vegeta, and then Vegeta came back and stomped Zarbon. Then we have Goldo, which Vegeta basically snuck him and stuff like that. So does that really count as a fight? Then we have Recoome, where Vegeta was putting up a decent amount of fight, but then it was shown that Recoome was basically just letting him tee off on him. So does that really count? And then Recoome stomped him. Vegeta versus Jeice, that was also a stomp. There was no competitiveness to that fight. Vegeta versus Captain Ginyu, there was also no competitiveness to that fight. Now, this one I think is a little bit different. Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin versus Frieza, when they teamed up on him on the first form, I actually will give this is the only fight I could really think of off the top of my head that was an even fight. But yeah, Vegeta, the first form, it actually wasn't, it was a little bit of back and forth, but all it was just Vegeta trying to bait Frieza into transforming, and then once he transformed, he started whooping ass. He started putting belt to ass. Then we got second form, third form. Then we got fourth form, where it was a 1v1, and Vegeta got stomped. He got stomped out. He is not a legendary player, bro. I'm tired of us talking about him in like the most entertaining fight categories. He might have the most entertaining aura and the most entertaining shit talking, which we will see in the Android 19 fight, where he stomped Android 19. But that does not make him an entertaining fighter. Like he's not having entertaining fights like that. So we have him versus 19, then we have him versus Dr. Gero, where Dr. Gero was just running the whole time. Like that's all it really was. And Piccolo was trying to get the ones with Dr. Gero, and Vegeta just let it happen. Then we got 17 and 18. He got stomped out. Then we got versus Cell, semi-perfect Cell. And Vegeta stomped him out. Then he fought Trunks. Vegeta got stomped out. Then he fought Cell again. Then he got stomped out. The Cell Juniors was actually low-key competitive. I remember we were having a little bit of a discussion about that, but the Cell Juniors were low-key kind of competitive, and I think Vegeta low-key did not win. Vegeta versus Cell. Why is it saying Cell again? When he threw the Ki Blast at him? Okay, I don't count that as a fight. Okay, Vegeta. So we finished with that saga. Next saga is Vegeta versus Goku in the Buu saga. It was a very competitive fight until you realize Goku was pulling a Recoome. He let Vegeta get his licks in, and Vegeta won because he off-guarded him. But technically, if they were going all out, Goku would have stomped him out. Then he got stomped out by Buu. He got stomped out by Buu right after. Then, which one is this? Oh, Vegito. We're not counting fusions. I feel like that. Well, technically that does count as Vegeta, right? Because if we're doing like team ups and stuff like that, okay, you know what? We'll count the fusion. Vegito is my goat, so you know I love Vegito. What is this? This is the Spirit Bomb. Okay, well, Vegeta was getting stomped out the whole time. That was basically the whole fight, but he got the W at the end. Then Vegeta versus Beerus. Vegeta, he always lets them, like everybody always lets him. Even Cell down here, even Cell, they let. Oh, not here. Here, they let Vegeta tee off on him, on them, like let him hit them with everything. Even Jiren does it later, and then they just stomp him out. Then Captain Ginyu, he stomped Captain Ginyu out. Then Frieza again, he won, but it was also another stomp. Then Frost, another stomp. Then Vegeta, it was like a, oh, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. It was a little bit, but we all know that Vegeta would have just stomped him out. Then Kaba, he stomped him out. He just was teaching himself. Then Hit stomped Vegeta out. Then Trunks and Goten. When was this? Oh, the copy Vegeta thing. I don't really remember this. Then Goku in the Universe 6 saga? They fought again? I guess they fought in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, maybe? I don't know. But that doesn't count. That's like training. Future Trunks, that was like training too, but he stomped him out. Then Goku Black stomped him out. Then Goku Black and Future Zamasu stomped him out. Then he came back and fought him with that power-up and stomped out Goku Black. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this is like a Universe 6 person. Who is this? Who is this guy? Oh, okay. It was the heavy dude. Do we really count those? Because those were like fast fights, you know what I mean? And they all happened in the same episode. So I don't even know if we should count that. But let's go back. Topo. It was a fast fight. Actually, Topo and Vegeta, they were low-key kind of doing something. But then Jiren, stomped out by Jiren. Then Jiren again. He needed help with Goku. And he didn't get stomped out, but it was because they were tag teaming him. If Goku wasn't there, he would have got stomped out. Then versus Topo, he stomped him out. Then versus Jiren, got stomped out again. Then versus Jiren again. Then he got stomped out. He got thrown out of the ring. Even with Goku's help. But everybody was getting stomped at that fight. It's Jiren, you know what I mean? But once again, Jiren was letting Vegeta tee off on him most of the time. So does this really count as like a... I mean, I guess you guys could say it's entertaining. But it still does not... Like, it still follows my format of like the same types of fight. Like, whenever you see a Vegeta fight, you're either going to get him stomping someone out or someone else stomping him out. And that happens with Broly. He was just messing with him. Then he stomped Broly out. Then Broly came back, stomped him out, like basically one-shot him, like right at the end. Well, Goku tagged in, and then like he hit. They were trying to rush the movie, so Broly hit him with like a blast, and it just like tore him into nothingness with one hit. Then Broly, I guess they're gonna do the Gogeta fusion. Yeah, the Gogeta fusion. I guess we're gonna count that. Yeah, but once again, crazily enough with the Vegeta thing too. Vegeta was stomping out Boo the whole time. And Gogeta was stomping out Broly the whole time. There was actually no fight back in that whole fucking thing. And then Goku versus Vegeta 3. We didn't really get to see much of that fight. It was pretty cool whenever we saw it. But it just looked like training. So I don't really count that as like a real fight. And, Vegeta etched out. I guess you could say that was like the first time where Vegeta was, holding his own and having like a back and forth fight. But most of it was off screen. But let's go to Krillin. Let's go to Krillin real quick, bro. Let's go to Krillin because I need to show y'all that Krillin has a really good fight. Krillin versus Goku, already a classic in the tournament, bro. The animation was on point with that fight. It was so good. I don't really want to count a lot of these because these are like really short little, thing fights. Also happens in the same episode and stuff like that, so you already know. These are all in the tournament, yeah, as well. But Bacteria was a good fight. That was a very funny fight. It had like it was a back and forth fight as well. As soon as he, hit him, I guess you could say he stomped him out, but like he had to really go through a lot of adversity. And he wasn't like just getting smashed the whole time. Pause. Then Masaroshi, he gets beat. Makes sense. We're going to go past some of these things. Chaozu, that was a good fight too. Versus Piccolo Jr. Sorry. That was a really good fight. Even Piccolo was giving him respect. It was a back and forth fight. Piccolo low-key could have stomped him out, but he was tricky enough to keep himself in there. The Raditz fight doesn't count. That's not even a fight, honestly. The Cybermen, Krillin slimed a bunch of them out, bro. He was such a team player in that fight. He was so entertaining in that fight. And he did it for Yamcha and stuff like that. And then the Nappa fight, it was just a good fight. It was back and forth. Nappa low-key could have just done something, but Krillin was, he was hanging in there. And it was entertaining. But he had other people and stuff with that, with the Nappa fight. Then versus Vegeta, I guess I gave him the win. But that was one of the greatest fights of all time. So, Krillin gets that too. If Vegeta gets that, then Krillin gets it. Then Dodoria, that was just him running away. But it was still like high tension, like, oh shit, how's he gonna? With Vegeta, it was just stomp him out. Oh, crazy. Frieza army, yeah, those are like fodder. The Guldo versus Krillin and Gohan fight was so good. They were not getting stomped out. It was a fair fight with both of them, and they were doing like really cool stuff together. They were, all that image training. They were learning not learning new techniques. They were implementing new tactics and stuff like that. It was a good fight. Then we have Raccoon. Yeah, Raccoon was just one-shot him. The Captain Ginyu one, whenever he had Goku's body, that was a good fight too. Like, they were doing combos. Gohan and Krillin were doing combos on him. That's fire. This is what we call quality fights right here. Then Frieza, you already know Frieza, he stabbed him and all that stuff. But Krillin was still hanging in there, dude. Like, he was not, I'm sorry. I know that, he got blown up and everything. But when he was fighting with everybody, he was low-key putting in work. He cut off his tail. He got stabbed and then got healed. Then he started like fucking taunting Frieza. Like, that is what we like to see, dude. The Cell fight, yeah, that was just Cell just punching him and stuff. But Krillin had an emotional reason to do that. So, we could give him to him for that. Krillin was getting his ass whooped by the Cell Juniors. But then again, like, that's like such a high power. But Krillin was still fighting though. He still showed up to the Cell games, bro. Ugh. I'm not trying to glaze Krillin here, but I'm just saying there's like way more context to every fight that he has. You know what I mean? I guess these are, what are these? Oh, these are the fucking, what's it called? In the fight, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. There's a more fight. It wasn't even really a fight. They're just adding them here for like losses and stuff, which makes sense. But the Frieza army in Revival of F, fire. Versus Gohan in DBS before the tournament when he did the when he did the what the fuck is it called? When he did the solar flare times 100, that was fire. When he fought Goku and he was doing like the doing the Kienzans and stuff, like leaving traps for him. He was doing really good in the tournament power too. He was doing really, really well. And then Frost got him. But even with Cell Max, someone so powerful, Krillin pulled up and he was still fighting. And this doesn't even count like the canon, not the canon, the non-canon fights in like the movies and stuff like that. Vegeta got slimed out by Broly. Vegeta, he was low-key putting up some stuff against Bojack and, blah, blah, blah. But Krillin was doing good against these henchmen and stuff like that. Look, my whole point is this. Vegeta could be your favorite character and stuff like that. But if we're talking about fight quality, I'm going to have to give it to Krillin. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Subscribe if you like this video. And yeah, hit that hype button if that's an option. Thank you.